Hello, crafty friends, and happy Christmas in July. Today I will be scrapping with the Stick It Down July 2020 single page sketch. Each year I try to join the Christmas in July movement of the scrapbooking world and catch up with my Christmas layouts, which I don't tend to have time to finish in December and January. And I was especially motivated this month because of Laura Rumble's fantastic sketch. I interpreted the triangles on her sketch as Christmas trees. However, instead of going for Christmas trees, I went for snowflakes, purely because I do have some wooden snowflake shapes that I'm trying to get rid of, and this seemed like a good opportunity to do so. So I have cut some snowflake shapes out on my Silhouette machine, and I'm going to use these as negative images to use watercolor paint to paint around them. So I'm just prepping the background paper with water. So I'm using the packaging technique to transfer the watercolor paint onto the paper. And for this purpose, I used quite a soft cellophane packaging. And I managed to do this so much better than usual. I struggle with this technique normally, but it came out really, really well this time. So I would recommend using a soft cellophane packaging for this purpose. And what you've just seen there, that is the proof why you should be cleaning your paintbrushes between using different colors. So I ended up not using my watercolor palette, but using the new Kelly Creates watercolor paints, because I wanted to match the red of my trousers on that photo to the red of the paint. It's not quite the same because it came out a bit pink, but I actually quite like it, and it does coordinate and it goes really well with the colors on the photo, so I was quite pleased about that. And with the red paint, I have used the paintbrush to go around the snowflakes, and you can see the outlines a lot better. So after drying the paint on the paper, I put some of the snowflakes back and went round with the green as well, just to give a crisper outline as it is suggested on the sketch. The background paper I'm using, by the way, is from an old Simple Stories line. It's either an autumn or a winter line, I can't remember. And it's one of my favourite wood grain patterns, and it really is for special memories and special photos. So I chose it not only because the photos are special photos, but also because the photos were taken in the 1980s, and they do have that sort of warm brownish hue to them. However, the whites on these photos do come across pretty much like true whites. So I needed a paper that is suitable for both warm and cool tones, and this paper was just perfect for that. In here I am looking for scraps of paper suitable to mat the photos on. I wanted a couple of layers for matting, and I have chosen the one with the Christmas flowers, that one, and one side of it was torn, and I decided to keep that side torn and leave it like that, and then I repeated that on the second layer, which went underneath it, and I just alternated it on for the two photos, just to create some cohesion. Now those are acrylic words from Bramble Fox from their Christmas collection last year, and I really wanted them, one or the other, to work, but they were just too loopy, really, and they just simply didn't work, unfortunately, on the layout. They created a lot of trapped space between the two photos, and this layout didn't have that many embellishments. The sketch didn't have that many embellishments, and I didn't really want to stay too far away from the sketch, so I decided not to use the word. I used a small alpha tile, and then the gold puffy word to create the title. And then I went back to the mixed media bit on the left hand side. I have cut out some snowflake shapes from gold foil paper, which is exactly the same shape as the negative images used earlier, but they're slightly smaller. They are about 80% of the original size. And I was just going to layer those on, and then I used the little wooden snowflakes which were painted white, and it would have been white on white, and I don't think they would have worked very well, so I decided to use some distress ink to colour them to match the green and the pink of the watercolours. So in here I considered using some wood veneer snowflake shapes, which I was thinking about leaving natural and unpainted. However, it just didn't work. It would have been too much on the layout, so I decided to take them out of the quotation and then just focus on the red and green and gold snowflake shapes. I did some minimal embellishment of the photos, I believe. I just couldn't resist it. I really needed to do something, but I kept it to a minimum. And I think, yeah, just adhering it all, and pretty much that was that. It just needed a lot of flattening after using all the water and the paint on the layout. So that's not strictly true, because I did add some journaling to the layout, which I did off camera as usual, but you can see that at the end on the close-ups. And here's the close-ups of the finished layout. I hope you like my single page project for this month for Stick It Down, and don't forget to check back to the blog for weekly inspiration. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.